Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by UPI, officials from South Korea, the United States, and Japan convened in Tokyo on Friday to discuss pressing affairs regarding North Korea and Northeast Asia. During the Trilateral meeting, the representatives shared their respective assessments of the current security situation on the Korean Peninsula and reaffirmed their steadfast commitment to achieving the complete denuclearization of North Korea. The three nations pledged to ensure the strict implementation of both United Nations and unilateral autonomous sanctions against Pyongyang. Furthermore, they expressed serious concerns regarding North Korea's ongoing nuclear and missile developments, as well as the deepening military cooperation between Russia and North Korea. The officials also highlighted the threat of North Korea's malicious cyber activities and agreed to coordinate their responses closely. In addition to the security talks, the delegation held a meeting of the Trilateral Secretariat Managing Board, where they reviewed progress on trilateral cooperation in key areas including security, the economy, and technology. South Korea's foreign ministry emphasized its ongoing efforts to ease tensions and build trust in inter-Korean relations, while seeking continuous security cooperation with its key allies. According to a report by Al Jazeera, Hungary's former Prime Minister Viktor Orban has been re-elected as the leader of the main opposition Fidesz party, despite their historic defeat in the April 2026 general election. Orban, who ran unopposed at the party congress, received 729 out of 737 votes. The nationalist leader, known for his pro-Russian stance and a liberal governance model, took full responsibility for the election loss to Peter Magyar's center-right pro-Western Tisza party, but vowed to keep fighting, stating he would never give up. Since Magyar took power in May with a two-thirds parliamentary majority, his government has initiated constitutional amendments to undo Orban's institutional changes, dropped Hungary's veto on Ukraine's European Union accession, and successfully unlocked billions of euros in frozen EU funds. Recent opinion polls indicate that support for Fidesz has continued to plummet to just 17%, while Magyar's Tisza party has risen to 55%. Orban emphasized that Fidesz must reform and adapt to become a functional opposition capable of governing once again. According to a report by TechCrunch, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy may have been the source of security concerns that prompted the U.S. government to crack down on Anthropic's artificial intelligence models. The Wall Street Journal reported that Jassy informed Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and other officials that Amazon researchers had successfully used Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 model to obtain information that could potentially be used to conduct cyber attacks. Following these discussions, the government imposed an export control ban on Anthropic's Fable 5 and Mythos 5 models, which led the AI startup to cut off worldwide access to both systems. Amazon, which is a major investor in Anthropic, acknowledged that governments frequently seek its counsel on security risks, though it declined to share specific details. Additionally, Donald Trump's former AI czar, David Sacks, claimed that Anthropic's CEO Dario Amodei had refused government requests to fix the model's vulnerabilities or deploy it before the official crackdown took place. According to a report by the Epoch Times, the 27 member states of the European Union reached an agreement on Friday, June 12, 2026, to allow Ukraine and Moldova to officially launch their first cluster of EU accession negotiations, focusing on fundamentals. This crucial milestone was achieved after Hungary lifted its two-year veto, allowing the process to move forward. The joint agreement includes a rule of law roadmap and an action plan regarding minority rights, which had been a major point of contention between Hungary and Ukraine. The official intergovernmental conferences are scheduled to take place in Luxembourg on Monday, June 15th. The Fundamentals Cluster covers critical areas such as the rule of law, human rights, and the judicial system. While Ukraine hopes to accelerate the opening of other negotiation clusters, EU diplomats emphasize that preserving the integrity and merit-based nature of the accession process remains essential. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and European Council President Antonio Costa commended both nations for their determination and reform efforts under challenging circumstances. According to Al Jazeera, Ukraine's SBU security service has claimed responsibility for a drone strike on the Tamaneftegaz terminal in southern Russia, which sparked fires in fuel tanks and storage areas, killing one person. The SBU described the facility in Krasnodar as the largest liquefied hydrocarbon transshipment complex in the region. Ukraine's military also claimed a separate strike on an oil facility near Kotovo in the Volgograd region. The SBU pledged to continue targeting Russia's energy infrastructure systematically, calling oil revenues a key source of funding for the Russian war machine. Russian President Vladimir Putin acknowledged that the strikes are causing damage, but claimed Russia would recover quickly and escalate its own counterattacks. Meanwhile, peace talks remain stalled, and U.S. President Donald Trump is set to participate in a G7 session with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in France. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.